Well, I'm on another scouting trip for the La Sierra Flat Fender run, and I just wanted to see how kind of check out Bear Valley a little bit. It's, according to my map, it's about 30 minutes from the Truckee House to the Bear Valley Campground. So I'm on my way there now. We'll check it out. Okay, bye. Well, I'm about 20 minutes off of 89. It only took about 10 minutes to get to the turnoff, but then 20 minutes from 89. And according to my GPS, I'm 2 minutes away from the campground. Well, this is the Bear Valley Campground. There's actually an outhouse. And little campgrounds. There's only 2 or 3 vehicles here. 2 actually, that I can see. Looks like a good little campground. Okay, here's this blue line is the Bear Valley Loop. We're right here. So we'll see. That's on the GPS map. Okay, so it's the same loop. We'll go check it out. Okay, well, this is the start of the Bear Valley Loop Trail. It's narrow, but it's nothing too crazy. Go ahead and put this in 4-wheel drive. Well, so far it's just a narrow trail through the woods. Not too bad. I'm not going to do the whole thing. It says it takes like 5 hours to do the whole thing, but there are like little escape routes that are bypasses and stuff. It's just kind of like a narrow little Jeep track. I think this would be good to take the World War II Jeeps on. It's actually a little tight for my JK. Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Nice warm day. The skies are clear. So this is Winch Hill number 1. So they got a kind of a little challenging hill if you want to do that. But for the World War II Jeeps, it looks like there's a bypass that you could just go around it. You don't have to do the Winch Hill. Okay, so it does get a little bit narrow. So you might scratch your thing. Here's a little bit of a steep hill, but nothing that the World War II Jeeps couldn't do. Just crawl right up it. But there is some narrow. I mean, I'm scraping a little bit, but I'm a wider Jeep, so anyway, looks fine. Seems like the top of these little peaks have rock piles, so you just have to kind of crawl through the rocks. But beautiful view up here. this is getting a little bit gnarly, but I still don't think it's not anything that the Jeeps can't do. This, where am I? 19. So there is a way around this if we wanted to go around it. Yeah, I think that there's nothing that we could really damage the Jeeps on. I think it's be just enough of a little challenge that it would, you know, be kind of fun to take the World War II Jeeps on this. Just take your time, pick your way slowly through it. It's just more bumpy than anything. This looks like a little bit more challenging, but actually, if you go around this way, it's not as bad. Now this section is getting a little bit more challenging. Well, this section is definitely getting a little rockier. This might not be the best section for the World War II Jeeps. We could stack rocks, but it's not a big section, but there are a couple of sections that are a little bit hairy for the World War II Jeeps. Well, this section I just went down is a little rough. I don't know. I mean, I think the World War II Jeeps can definitely do it, but it's just got to pick your lines and go really slow. And I don't know. I just wanted to show you to see so you can make your own decision. If it is downhill, so that's a plus. So that really rocky section went around here where the blue line is, but I just noticed that if you want to bypass that rocky section, it looks like you might be able to cut through here, because this little section right through here was kind of rough. So if we do this, we may want to come down, cross over, or even just continue down that line. Well, it progressively gets rockier, so I think we might be able to do portions of this with the World War II Jeeps, but I don't know if we want to do this whole thing. But I mean, it's doable. I think still think it's doable. It's just, you know, a lot of rocks that just have to really pick our way, take our time and stuff. Well, I just did the Bear Valley loop. I think it's been about 3 hours since I left Truckee. I left about 11:30 and it's about 2:30. And I drove all the way here. I did the loop and I'm on my way back already. So it's not a long thing, but it's got some challenging spots for the World War II Jeeps. You know, I think we could do it. It would just, you'd have to really take your time. There's lots of boulders that you have to kind of drive down through, but it's nothing like what we ran into at Snake Lake. It's a little better than that, and it's not a ton of sections of that. It's only areas of that, but I think we could bypass those areas if we didn't want to get into too much. I saw that there was a bypass that we could cut the thing in about in half and not have to do the really rocky areas. But anyway, that's the report on Bear Valley Loop.